At some point, Roman Empire has become so large that it can no longer be governed only from one center point, which is Rome. In 280 AD, Emperor Diocletian divided the empire into two. One side is in the western hemisphere of the world, which is the one in Rome. And by the time Diocletian was moving from Rome to Constantinople, which is Turkey today, Constantinople was named after Emperor Constantine, who I had said earlier on, made Christianity the official religion of Rome, and built another capital in Turkey, which was then called Constantinople. Emperor Diocletian divided the Roman Empire into two: Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. The Eastern Hemisphere one is from where authorities that controlled Israel were coming from. Eventually, Rome further disintegrated, or rather receded, into their individual native tribes. The United Roman Empire disintegrated into they receded, they retired back to their indigenous tribes, 10 of them. Rome, just like the scripture said, Rome was not conquered. There was no external conquest. Rather, Rome fell within themselves. They disintegrated within themselves. They receded back to their individual native tribes, and they established their different sovereignties with their different emperors. By which time, the rallying point of Europe and the entirety of the world became the Pope. It is now the Pope that appoints emperors. All the armies of the emperors now are subject to the Pope. It is Pope that uses them in any way possible, any way he deems necessary or fit. Which is the reason why by AD 538, because the Catholic Church started rising to power from AD 476. By AD 538, the Pope had consolidated powers. Emperor Justine had proclaimed him the leader and head of the European Holy Roman Empire. And it was at that point the Vandals, the Heruli, and the Ostrogoths, who were in disobedient, who were obstinate of the strange practices that invaded the church, and decided to stage a protest, a pushback with all the dogmas of the Pope. And what did the Pope do? Pope Julius V, he sent Emperor Justine to go and uproot them. That is why in Daniel chapter 2 it is recorded here. A little horn that will arise out of 10 horns. Those 10 horns are 10 barbarian tribes, which is you call Europe today. 10 barbarian tribes, which you call Europe today. They were 10, but because of this tussle for hunger for power by the successive Pope Pope Julius mandated, being that, like I said earlier on, he has assumed absolute power and controls all the military apparatus, all the government structures in Europe. So eventually, those three native tribes were extinct. Like I said earlier, I always say, they were extinct. Now, if you go back to Roman mythology, they have also, they counterfeited the Trinity by, there are certain pagan statues that are lavish within the Roman Empire, either France or Rome or anywhere. There are certain pagan statues like Hermes, Zeus, Jupiter. They renamed those pagan images, monuments, after biblical characters like Peter. Hermes was renamed Christ the Shepherd because Hermes is noted for always carrying a sheep in the pagan world. So they counterfeited him to be Christ. Hermes now became Christ. Jupiter became Peter. In their manipulation tendencies, they did all of this because those characters represent deities, and those deities they represent have powers. All they do is to counterfeit them, and they use their power to prosper in their civilization. Elizabeth the First, I have said earlier on, by the Father's grace, that woman, Elizabeth the First, is the incarnation of Mother Earth. The 3 times she has been here, she came as 500 years ago, she came as Elizabeth the First. 200 years ago, she came as Queen Victoria. And each time she comes, she rules 60 years. And in the contemporary generation, this generation where we are, when Christ himself has established his throne on earth, when the Ancient of Days has cast his throne down, she, prior to them, also cast her own throne. And that is why, as you can see, an island, less than 30 million people, went and conquered the whole world, conquered China, conquered Japan, conquered everywhere. It is because she reserved largely the quantum energy that she dispenses onto her subjects and in the world. So now this has to be with her. This has to do with her throne, her sovereignty. She came, and of course, since what prevails on earth is conquest, war and conquest, war and conquest, and if she happened to be the one who energizes other nations within her emblem, within her sovereignty, then nobody could have conquered her. That was why when Pope Pius the 13th, Pope Pius the 13th, when the English people, when England seceded from the Roman Empire, when they denounced the worship in Catholic to form their own Protestant church, which is Anglican, the entire Europe, ordered by the Pope, rallied around Spain, because Spain was appointed by the Pope to lead the war against Britain and all other allies of Europe. went behind. There were about 200 and something ships full of thousands and thousands of soldiers on their way to go and they are invading England and returning England to the sovereignty of the Pope. As you can see, the whole of Europe, with their armory, with their weapons, with everything they have, went to war with England and they made their Waterloo. Small island crushed the entire Europe. That was when she gained her independence and began to reign in her sovereignty all over the world. There is a woman also, the same woman God appeared in Japan. And when she went to, because like I said earlier on, that woman rules. They orchestrate her worship to conform with their individual and internal mythological tradition. In which case, all other traditions is like the Mayan civilization, which is across Atlantic. By the time Christopher Columbus arrived at the shore of the Native Americans, the Mayan civilization, Columbus noticed that the same kind of God and the same kind of method of worship that is worshipped in Egypt is still what they are practicing there. The same allegories, everything. These are people who came from sky. Some of them fell in North and South and Central America, those remote areas. Some fell in Australia. That is why if you ask the native Australians, the Aboriginals, the native people, ask them the history of their tribal lineage, what they will tell you is that they are from the sky, even to today. That they have relationship with the Egyptians, that they are the same people. They will always tell you that. Of course, there are certain signatures, orographic indications in tombs and rocks and mountains in Australia indicating the allegories of Egypt, what happens in Egypt, meaning that they're the same people. In the same vein, in America, across the Atlantic, all of those people, some who came from sky, some who evolved through animal DNA, they have the same religion, the same allegory, and that is what big men, rich men of this world, who will appear sophisticated in the day, who will appear gentle at the day, that is what they practice. That is what vampirism, ritualism, and blood donation, that is what they practice that makes them prosper. Let them go and tell that to the Marine. The person who will say, I work hard to be a billionaire, go and tell that to the Marine. I am too aware for you to come and tell that nonsense. So, it is counterfeit. Eventually, Queen Elizabeth I had a royal grandmaster, an astrologer, who intermediates between the Kingdom of England and the alien forces, who of course inspires, builds, and develops that civilization by their inspiration, directive, and tutorage. John Dee, still going back to the consequences and the undertone of the evil in Christmas celebration. When you look at the Santa Claus, that was That started in England, the Santa Claus thing. The man who come from the sky on a chariot with gift and all that, Santa Claus. Let me tell you where they copy that story of somebody coming from the from the sky to the chariot. Those were the ways those alien forces came into the world. That's why you see in Greek mythology there are horses with wings. There are chariots that moves on air like aeroplane. Those were technologies of the ancient. All of this is just, they limited the knowledge of their captives now to manufacture plane and all that. Otherwise, they had more sophisticated technology. So that was how they came into the world. Then John Dee is the name of that astrologer, that occultist, grandmaster that mediates between Satan, and of course, so John Dee is the prototype of Beelzebub. Beelzebub, who in different generations has answered a lot of names. He is Prince of Darkness. He is this, is that. All those names associated to negative energy. There is an entity called Prince of Darkness. That is the person the kings of this world uses their grandmasters to consult as to know what to do to keep the kingdom going, surviving, and flourishing. So John Dee was that intermediary between Queen Elizabeth of old and the alien forces. Of course, Satan. John Dee put forward a prophecy to the world that there will be 3 world wars. Like I said earlier on, the pagan world will always thrive by manipulation, by confusing you to accept what ordinarily, if you understand the consequences, you would not have accepted it. But they will make you. That is why when we are talking where a witchcraft is, very careful. Let them not rope you into saying something that will go and use against you in their coven. That is what they do. When that prophecy came to Queen Elizabeth I, that there will be 3 world wars, but England will triumph. Eventually, they documented that prophecy and they placed it in British Museum, which is in London. If you go there, you will see that prophecy. People pay their money to go and look at it. Hey, the prophecy of the First, Second World War and the Third one by John Dee. Manipulatively, what they are doing, those who go paying money to watch those things, to see them, all that amounts to is that unanimously we have agreed, we are aware, because you see, in the principles of laws of nature, if I want to undo you in any way, I must let you know. Whatever I want to do in the world, I must find a way to let them know. That is why most of these movies of you see movies produced in America of alien forces invading the world and all of those. What they are doing to you in the world, they are telling you what will soon come. Because the principles of nature, as God orchestrated it, mandated it to happen, has it that anything you want to do to the people of this world, you must find a way to let them know. If they accept, then you have the leeway. But if they don't accept, then the laws of nature will intervene and disallow you. That is what I meant by, if you are talking where a witch is, be very careful with what you say. All of them in the afternoon, they sniff around for information, for statement who make mistake, so that at night on Wednesday they will go and tabulate before whatever god, because there are different gods scattered around the universe that people has aligned with as covens.